Hi, and welcome to Willey Farms. Tim Qualls along with Don and Cavender. I tell you, I'm excited because today we're going to get a lesson.
We're going to have fun today. We're going to look into the network. We're going to go behind the scenes of how all these fruits and vegetables and all the produce gets to your table.
Yeah, when you're talking about that, because this is the time of year, a lot of it, the majority of it is local.
Yes, it is, and we support the local farmers here at Willey Farms, and so we do get from all of the farmers in this area, and we're going to take you on a little field trip today.
Yeah, but before we get on the field trip and everything, I'm sitting here and I'm looking at these melons because, believe it or not, you're looking at the size of these and how good they look. Right off of a farm right here locally.
That's right. Clayton Farms in Denton is one of the farms that we deal with. And right now, what we have on the floor right now are the cantaloupes. But earlier this season, they brought us the squash, the zucchini, the cucumbers, and then later on, getting closer to the cold vegetables, some awesome broccoli and cauliflower from them, collards, kale, that kind of thing. It all comes from Clayton Farms.
And we got so much. When you talk about Willey Farms, I just want to come up through here because when you're talking about Willey Farms, you've got anything and everything you can talk about. Let's go over here because I know we're going to go out because this is the time of year. A lot of this is coming in the locals, what they could refer to as the sweet corn.
That's right. This local corn, and they continually stock this corn because people are just coming in and going out with dozens all the time, and it's great.
You know, I can't wait to go out on a farm because I've always had a question of how do you know when to pick this stuff? You know, when is it ready to go and things like that. So there's a lot of questions because we come here, we grab it, we buy it, we take it home, and we enjoy it. But where does it really come, and how do they do it?
That's right. A lot of people come in to pick their produce, their watermelon, their cantaloupe, their corn, and they kind of pick it and cross their fingers that it's okay, you know. But what we've got here is great.
Yeah, because when you're talking about it, it's coming down through here. And I just want to give you an idea of all the things that's here at Willey Farms because you can see them. They're stocking things up, Donna, as we're here right now. And one of the things I want to mention is because it starts by getting here to the store from the dock right out back. I mean, and that never stops all day long.
Oh, it's continual. All day long we've got things coming in at the dock. And as you said, stocking here on the floor, they're doing it all the time, always restocking.
And the thing about it is, because you always look at, when I come in here, I look at everything and I say how fresh it looks. It's fresh because it's local, but it's fresh because of the way they treat it. I mean, they got a cold storage vault back there that is just unbelievable. I mean, yeah, so everything stays fresh the whole time.
That's right, and things are moving in and out of that cold storage all the time.
Yeah, and when you're looking at this, I mean, coming in this time of the season, I mean, asparagus is kind of coming out of the season right now, but you know, it's one of those deals that we had fresh asparagus from one of the locals here. It was absolutely delicious, and you can see the watermelons. I mean, that's what I like about coming down to Willey Farms is, you know, you come in here and a lot of times, because Eileen does a great job of being sure her people cut things up, samples and all that. So if you don't know what it is, you can come in here and you can try it. But look at the melons. I mean, as red as these are, you know how sweet they're going to be.
They're going to be great. And also something that's right now that we've just been getting in are the cherries, which are delicious.
Now, that's local too.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Well, the Rainier cherries, those come from Washington, but there are some cherry farmers around, and as again we say, we always try to support our local farmer. But the cherries are delicious.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's amazing to me what all is going on here at Willey Farms. I'm just trying to give you guys an idea. I'm looking at the green beans over here. You know, this is the time of year that they're starting to come in as well. So, you know, these are fresh. I mean, it doesn't get any better, Donna.
There's nothing better than something that's fresh, out of the field, off the vine, when you get it to your table quickly. Oh, it's great.
Yeah, when you're talking about, let's talk a little bit, because when we talk about local farmers, because this all started with local farming. I mean, right here, right out back, a lot of stuff is grown right out back here.
There's about 50 acres out back that they still grow things because we have gotten bigger and bigger as the years have gone on. We have spread out, and so there are other local farmers that we get the produce from, and we're going to visit some of them today.
Yeah, but when you're talking about it, it all started out with the Willey kids, if you would, picking, you know, growing vegetables and stuff in a little produce wagon. I love hearing the story from their mom, the little produce wagon out front that they would sell to people coming by. And then it got bigger and bigger and bigger. And not only the produce, folks, the flowers. You know, when you're talking about fresh flowers, they can't get any fresher than when they pick them right here on the farm. I mean, because they grow a lot of it right here, the flowers as well.
Yes, they do. And we do have, don't forget the greenhouse and the nursery that we have out here, and the home decor area area where you can get all kinds of gifts and fun things.
Yeah, but when it comes to it, it's you're talking about a local growing, planting. I mean, it's all here, and I can't wait to get out on the farms and show you some of the things that they do and some of the things that's growing right now, because different things for different seasons. We don't have as long a growing period as what, say, California does or what Florida does, but we have that period there that, and believe it or not, I was talking to a couple of farmers. We grow from March all the way up through October. I was really surprised at how long of a growing period, because you think, well, you can only grow in the summertime, but they grow starting in March all the way through.
Well, depending upon what produce you're growing, yes, you've got your cold weather produce like the cauliflower and the broccoli and the kale and the collards. That's a little bit in the cold weather. And then your midsummer, like your peaches and your cucumbers and squash and all that sort of thing.
Don't forget about the corn. I mean, there is no better corn that you're going to find anywhere that I know of than what you're going to find here at Willey Farms. I've taken some home. The last show we did, we got to play barbecue, and we got to cook some of this local stuff, learned how to cook some great desserts. But I can tell you what I really enjoyed was when you cooked the corn.
It's always great on the grill.
Yeah. So, and it's just sweet corn this time of year. Tomatoes coming in. I mean, so, when you're talking about freshness, it comes from the farm into the dock area. Comes right through into the dock area. A lot of it doesn't even stop back there. It comes right out onto the floor, because they package a lot of it because they know where it's going. And Willey places an order every day to the farms and says this is what we need, and they pack it and bring it right to you.
It's a continual process every day.
Yeah, farm-wise, I know we deal with a lot of local farms, but I want to mention potatoes too, because I know that when you're talking local, Virginia's not that far away. I know right now we got some potatoes coming in from Virginia area and things like that, so which is still pretty local when you think about it.
Absolutely. There's lots of local farms that are maybe a state away. I mean, the local farms that we're dealing with, a couple of them in Maryland.
Yeah, and a lot of them right here in Delaware. But it's a fine time for us to remind you, in case you don't know about it, and I apologize for not getting into that, because I got so excited when Donna said we're going to go out on the farm today. I love to go out on the farm, but where Willey's located. I mean, everybody should know where it's located, but let's tell them.
It's very easy to find. We're right on Route 13. Our address is Townsend, but we're right on 13, just like 4 miles south of Odessa. We're only 5 or 6 miles north of Smyrna. We're very centrally located, and it's very easy to get to. If you're on Route 1, no problem. Get off at Odessa, 13 south. If you're coming up from Smyrna, get off the North Smyrna, get on 13, come north, and here we are. Very easy.
I tell people all the time, if you're going down to the beach, stock up before you go, because when you come in here, full-blown grocery store, I mean, you'll be amazed. You can buy your steaks here to barbecue on a grill too, and it's local steaks.
That's right. And of course, there's lots of natural foods, organic foods. If you're into that, we've got a full department of that here as well.
Yeah, so if you're going down to the beach, load up on that. But the beef, I'm telling you, I tried some of that the last time I was here. Naturally grown, naturally raised, I should say. But then,
grass-fed.
And grass and corn. I know that you got to get that corn fed. But it's the steaks just to die for. I can't believe the difference between one that you buy at a grocery store and the ones that you get. The freshness of it.
It's the freshness. That's the thing. Yes.
Yeah, and then of course, when you're talking about that, everything, and don't forget about, a lot of people do. Want lunch or something like that, you've got one of the best chefs. I don't say a cook, because this young lady is a chef that runs this deli department up here. And I mean, every day, freshness, you're talking about freshness, gets all the product right from here, cooks it right back here in the kitchen, and you can come in and you can buy it to eat here. You can take it with you. I mean, a lot of different things to go.
And if you're having a party, we have party trays, we have fruit trays, sub trays. We've got it for you here at the deli.
Yeah, so, when you're talking about Willey's Farms, it's not just farms. As you mentioned, we got that area back there, the home decorative area, where you can go through, and I don't care what you're looking to do in your home, you can find something there. I've bought lights back there. I've got, so many different things. But, when we talk about Willey Farms, it's everything. I mean, it's just not farm and produce and vegetables, which a lot of people see when they're driving by out here, and flowers and plants. It's a full-blown grocery store when you get in here.
We are a destination. You know, we are a destination. Yeah, we love it when you stop by on your way by, but we're also a destination. You know, when you wake up in the morning, we want you to say, hey, we need to go to Willey Farms today because we need produce, we need to buy some flowers, and we need to get a gift for Aunt Myrtle because her birthday's coming up. We've got it.
Yeah, and when you talk about that, it's all here because when you talk about that, destination, what an entertainment center. You know, when I think about it for the kids and stuff, because there's so much to see and do when you're here. I mean, you know, it's amazing to me. And then, of course, you got Willys all over the place here. So, you know, when I say that, they're here. They're on premises. And to answer your questions.
That's the thing. We have very knowledgeable people here. You ask them a question, they'll know the answer.
Yeah, and it's all here for you, Willey Farms. And, of course, you can also check out the website, Donna, if you could, real quick.
www.willeyfarmsde.com. And when you go there, be sure to sign up for our email newsletter.
Now, you got your hat with you? Because we're ready. Yeah, nice air conditioning. The cameraman want to remind us about that before we head outdoors, and because that's what we got to do next. We got to take you out and show you once again. You know, you saw it coming through the loading dock. What's coming from a local farm right here? The majority of it. We're going to go out on the farm, meet some of the farmers, and show you some of the things being grown right now.
And I think we might have some lunch at the very end.
That sounds like a winner to me. Where are we going first, Donna?
We're going to Godfrey Farms over in Sudlersville, Maryland.
As promised, we are outstanding in our fields, right? Is that what you said, Donna?
Yeah, that's what I said. Now people can say that about us.
Yeah, and that's where we're outstanding in a cornfield right now. And I want to introduce to you, if you can see him, he's back here behind the corn. This is Tom Godfrey, right?
Yeah, Tom, that's me.
Yeah, and Tom, when it comes to this, because I'm getting educated on corn today, because you've taught me so much already. But my biggest question is, because this all, as Don and I were saying earlier, this comes right off the farm. You guys pack it up and you take it right straight to Willey's Farms for people. They're buying fresh right off the shelf.
That's right. You can't get any fresher than the way we're doing it.
Yeah, and when you're doing it, because you got pickers over here picking away right now, is where, because I was wondering, because I always thought you plant corn, it grows, you pick it all. Well, how do you keep it all year round like you guys do? Well, you don't plant it all at once.
That's right. We're planting every 4 or 5 days, so it stretches out a little bit at a time all through the summer.
Yeah, and then when you're talking about it, my biggest curiosity is, okay, I'm out here, and which one do I pick? Because you kind of have to know, you know, your corn to say, okay, we're picking this row today, guys.
Right. Well, you know, when your planting's coming up by looking at the silks mostly, when they start to turn brown, you just need to go out there and pull a few ears now and then and open it up. And look at the kernels, see how they're filling out. They come together and they meet.
I can tell, looking at that's ready to pick, Tom.
That's right. And of course, you take a bite out of it, make sure everything tastes good.
Well, that's what was amazing to me, and you could tell, because I've seen you do that, and Donna, I don't know if you want to get in here and take a bite of this or not, but I'm going to try this. I've never eaten raw corn before, but yeah, they say that's how you can tell how sweet it is too, right?
That's right.
Oh, heck with cooking this stuff. Why we waste our time cooking? I mean, that is really good, you know. Yeah. This is what sweet corn. Now, is there different types of corn?
Yeah, that's what they call super sweet, actually, and it's got a little.
It's sweet.
Yeah, and then there's the old Silver Queen type, the standard sugary types. They're more corny, and then there's a sugar enhanced type, and there's lots of different variations, but it's all more or less sweet corn.
Yeah, now you've been farming for your entire life, and you know, this is, I don't know if you've ever opened up a stalk and taken a bite out of it. I tell you, I can eat corn this way. I mean, this is unbelievably, and how sweet it is. Now, how do you know what do you say this is super sweet kind of, how do you know that it's going to be that?
Well, we know what it's going to be because that's what we planted, but we're growing different types for different customers, and people that want the real extra sweet corn, you know, we separate it and keep it for those people. Then if you want a more traditional corn flavor, a little more corn, a little less sugar, then we grow the older, the sugar enhanced type. Yeah.
Well, I want to holler, hey, you pickers over here, this is ready to be picked. I'm telling you. So as soon as they're over there picking away over it. How much do you pick on it? Because you supply Willys, but you're a big farm out here, so you got quite a bit going out. How much do you plant each year?
We plant about 120 acres of fresh market sweet corn, and We probably pick an acre, say 20,000 ears a day.
Whoa! And then when you're talking about this, now once you finish with this and picking this, that's it. That stock's done, or is it going to grow more corn? Or
no, that's just a one-time pick. You pick it, and then that's it. And you move on.
Yeah, and move on to the next thing. Now, and when you're talking about that, because you guys not only grow corn, what all you grow on your farm?
Well, we start with asparagus in the spring, strawberries, then we got summer crops, sweet corn, tomatoes, watermelon, cantaloupe. We grow a little bit of fruit, some peaches, some blueberries, strawberries.
Now, the name of this town, as I was coming through, because I was trying to catch that, Don, I don't know if you did or not. What is that? Because I want people to know, because you built a brand new barn that's there for people that's in the area want to stop by and get it fresh off your farm as well. You have a little produce stand set up in there. What's the town? This town?
Sudlersville, Maryland.
Moving from the corn over here, Tom. This is blueberries. Yeah.
Blueberry heaven is what this is.
Yeah, and right now this is kind of coming to the end of the season for blueberries here locally.
Yeah, they've been on for a whole month now, and we've got one more variety here that we're picking, and in a couple weeks, blueberry season will be done.
Yeah. Now, when you talk about variety, I guess there's different types of blueberries. Is that just like the corn?
Yes. There are different varieties because the maturity window is different. So we're able to start with one variety in mid-June, and then progress to the next variety, which matures later.
Now, are blueberries like grapes, and they just get the plant stays the same each year? Or you have to replant everything every year, or how's that work?
They're perennials. You plant them, and then hopefully they're viable for 20, 30 years.
Yeah, so kind of like grapes, fine. We can make blueberry wine.
Right, exactly. Now, do you have to wait after you first initially plant the blueberry bush? Do you have to wait like a year before they actually start producing fruit, like some fruits are?
Yes, they're similar to a lot of fruit crops. First year, actually, you should pull the flowers off of them to let the energy go back to the plant as opposed to making fruit. And second year, you might get a few. Usually takes about until the third season before you get a significant amount of crop.
Now, I noticed Tom doesn't go in for lunch or anything. He just walks to the thing and eats corn. He's out here eating the berries. And I right up the road here, I also noticed, because this is the time of year peaches are coming in. I mean, you guys got quite a few peaches, too.
Yeah, it's early in the peach season. We've only just gotten started with them, and they'll last through the summer into mid-September.
Because I just can't believe it. I mean, he's been sitting here eating some of the blueberries, testing those out. Like you said, these aren't quite ready to go yet, but they will be in the next few weeks, I guess.
That's right. Well, just within, hopefully, the next week they'll be ready. Right now they're just a little sour, but they'll sweeten up soon. I
like that sourness, too, so I might eat a few of those before we go. But it's all here. I want to remind everybody, this is Godfrey Farms out here, and it's just unbelievable. And so I think it's good that we show how it's all packed up and everything else from the location and then shipped to you guys.
And it's all part of the farmer network in this area. All the farmers work with each other, and it's a great network.
Yeah, and you got a lot of farmer friends. I know that. I noticed that everybody marries farmers and all that kind of stuff too. Your sister,
Yeah, that's right. Everybody knows everybody in the business, and generally we're some of us are competitors, but we're friends anyhow.
As it comes from the field, it's going to keep fresh because you guys bring it right inside, put it right in the coolers.
Yeah, we like to get it inside as soon as possible. Try to get it picked before the heat of the day. Put a little ice on it. Put it right inside the cooler.
Now, once it's in here, now you get sorting and packing and loading trucks, because you supply Willey's, but as big a farm as you got, you supply a lot of folks out there. So from here it goes on the trucks and out, right?
Yeah. We'll we get orders in from a few grocery stores in the area, and some roadside stands come pick stuff up. So we get our totals ordered for the day, get it all picked, and then get it in here, and then we'll split it up. And as people come in, or as we need to ready to make a delivery.
Yeah, well, that's pretty interesting. You get the order, so you kind of know what you're going to have to pick for that day prior to that day. So when you're out in the field, you know exactly what you got to get off the vine or whatever the case might be.
Yeah, we try to just pick today's needs today, and not pick ahead, and get it fresh each day.
Yeah, and when you talk about that, it's fresh, is it not, Donna?
It is absolutely fresh, and you can tell just by looking at the produce and the fruit that what good quality it is too.
Yeah, and I know farmers, his day's just beginning, so we're going to let Tom get back. Tom, thank you. thank you so much for letting us interrupt your day today.
Oh, it's been a pleasure. Thanks.
Now, this is what I'm talking about, Donna, just if you didn't get any fresher than this.
This is amazing, beautiful colors, and it just looks so fresh, and I'm ready to eat. How about you?
Yeah, I'm getting close to that, Chris. And this the guy's been growing all of it down here. This is the season. What do we got going in here right now, Chris?
Well, we've got different varieties of eggplant, squash, cherry tomatoes, 3 or 4 different varieties of cherry tomatoes, basil, and behind us, cut flowers.
Yeah, well, that's what really surprised me, because I always go to Willey's, and I know you guys do a lot right there behind the store with the baskets and all that. But I come down here and I look at your gorgeous front yard here, and you get to look at that every morning. All these different flowers, and so you cut these and supply different places around town here.
I do. I cut a few of the flowers. My daughter and her friends cut most of the flowers, so I can't take credit for all that.
And they do such nice arrangements and everything. These are absolutely gorgeous, these ones behind us. I just love the way they did the big sunflowers, and very creative of your daughter and her friends, and it's important. Entire family's involved with it.
Oh, the entire family. Yeah. It's something my wife started up back in 2000, 2001, and something I've kind of kept going with, and my daughter Hannah has kept up with me.
Yeah, so it's the farm life. You got to love it. But all this right here that you see right now, I want to tell you how fresh it is when you go to Willey's Farms and shop, because this right now was picked this morning, and it's waiting on the truck right now to come over here, pick it up, and it's going to head for Willey's.
It's going to head right to Willey's, and this is a lot of different things that you might not find in a chain store or a regular supermarket. I mean, there's Calliope eggplant, Dancer eggplant, Ichiban eggplant, not just a regular big black eggplant. And your peppers, we've got all the banana hop waxes, long sweets, Cubanelles, cherry hots, habhavas, and there's a few names I think we make up ourselves because we can't remember them.
Yeah, but I'm sitting there looking, and as you said, it's absolute. The colors are gorgeous.
It's gorgeous. My favorite are these are the fairy tale. Is that what it is? Fairy tale eggplant. I like those, and I like the patty pan squash down there at the end. It's just gorgeous, and it tastes good.
Yeah, and the nice thing about it is, folks, so you can have this on your dinner table tonight, tomorrow morning. When this hits the store tomorrow morning, you hit Willey's, you take that home, and you're cooking with this. It doesn't get any fresher, Chris. You can't,
It really doesn't. I mean, we get up at 5 in the morning. Sarah goes to work at Willey's first thing, so she's the first car to go there. So we always make sure her car's loaded up with the fresh cut basil. So it is fresh cut that morning, and it's on your plate, I guess, whenever you get home.
Yeah, so when we talk about Willey's Farms, that's what we're talking about, is the freshness and everything that's there. And we're going to have a little picnic right here on the farm today.
That's right. And in our last show, we did all about grilling, and all of these things are great on the grill.
Yeah, so it's all here, and you definitely want to check it out. And we'll show you some more as we get back to Willey Farms too, and do some things there. But that we wanted to be sure that you saw the network of farming and how, because you work together with all these guys. I mean, like Tom, we visit him, and all the farmers work together.
Yeah, we're pretty close. We're actually a family now.
That's how close it gets, because you end up as family. But it's when you're talking about it, it's all these farmers, and you mentioned at the beginning there, just networking together and making it happen. So if one doesn't have a product, the other one does.
It always works better if you work together.
Yeah, and even though they're competition, as Tom said, you're still friends. Chris, thank you so much.
Thank you.
As we're standing out here looking at this great, great farmland and all the flowers and everything, it doesn't get any better than this, Donna.
It's absolutely gorgeous out here, and this is where it all comes from.
Yeah, when you're talking about it, when you say it all comes from here, it comes from all the farms we visited, and plenty more farms, straight to Willey's. I mean, and it's farm fresh every day.
And we got to look at where all that produce comes. It doesn't come from the store. It comes from the farm. Then it comes to the store, and then to your table.
Yeah, Chris would be out here with us, but he's out rounding up a couple of cows right now, because we got to mention, when you go to Willey's, it's a full-blown grocery store as well, because you can buy everything, and fresh beef, because they do it right off the farm here too.
Yes, and he's playing cowboy over there right now.
Yeah, he's learning how to lasso and all that kind of stuff. So a lot of things, everything fresh at Willey's, that's a nice thing. And the product is very important to the customer, and it always has been, always will be, and it just doesn't get any better, Donna.
It's quality. That's what it's all about. It's about quality. And we went to all the different farms. We found out about all the vegetables and the produce, and now it's time to eat, Tim.
Yeah, I think so. I see, they're fixing a table for us. We got a nice spread with cantaloupes, watermelon, fresh corn. I don't know why they wasted the time cooking the corn, but they got corn, they got burgers. We got it all. And right here on the farm, I'm getting a farm.
You're going to get a farm. Okay. Want to remind everybody about Willey Farms and where they're located, right on 13 in Townsend, just south of Odessa. We've got the website, willeyfarmsde.com, and we've got our newsletter that you can sign up for when you go to the website.
Donna, enjoy today. Thank you so much. Time for a burger.
Thank you. Let's eat.